Anthony Gregorc started his career with a bachelor's degree in Miami University, and then he continued on to get a master's and even a PhD from Kent State. So at the time of the publication of this video, he owns a business called Gregorc Associates. He investigated the concept of a duality that was embedded within Western culture and philosophy. He looked at religion and even psychology, and he discerned that there were really two ends of a spectrum in the association or assimilation of how we process and acquire knowledge. And from this research, Gregorc defined two modes of learning, which he called preference modes. And this leads to the development of the mind styles model. An assessment, the Gregorc Styles Delineator, was designed to determine the learning preference for the individual. And this assessment contains 40 questions which are designed to elicit explicit results. And the results were given back in a similar manner to the Kolb learning styles, which is a graphic model on two axes, an X and a Y, similar to what you're seeing in this graphic right here. So these four different quadrants of learning preference modes within the mind styles model are called the concrete sequential, concrete random, abstract sequential, and abstract random. So an example of his assessment can actually be found on his website if you're interested in seeing the actual assessment. The concrete sequential learner prefers hands-on experiences which really engage each of those five senses, and they learn or prefer to learn with step-by-step, really detailed instructions. They learn best with organized lesson plans, presentations, and instructional formats, and they really need to avoid chaos. This type of learner tends to be more submissive in learning situations, and they will even defer authority. The concrete random learner is a more spontaneous learner who learns very quickly and assimilates facts and knowledge. This learner relies heavily on their intuition in order to get to some kind of conclusion. The learner also prefers a trial and error methodology to their learning process, more of an experimentation. And they tend not to seek for a lot of input from mentors, guides, teachers, or others in leadership positions. The abstract random learner collects information in quite a haphazard way with little or no formal outline or direction. They're very flexible in their learning environment. So they can learn best from verbal means though. They like to take the new information that they're provided, and they need some time to really reflect and ponder in order to organize the information into a pattern or a schema, which really makes sense to them. Lastly, the abstract sequential learner is able to quickly learn through a variety of means, including decoding verbal and written and even visuals. So visuals are very essential to this kind of learner, and they require learning environments which are organized and formatted and even filled with vital and valid knowledge.